Oh, hello, this is Tak Chong from Walk with Tak. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and share. We are heading to the end of the summer season in the Midwest. I can feel the fall is coming. Every morning when I go for a walk, the temperature is cooler and there is always a lingering light fog. This morning is no exception. The sun are barely able to penetrate through the fog. And I appreciate the beauty in the changing of the season in my morning walk. This certainly has made a difference in my life. During the past several days, I have several conversations with different people about cooking oil. In the past, I have done videos about cooking oil, discussing what is the best cooking oil for stir fry, as well as what is the cooking oil that is most beneficial from the health standpoint. In the past, each time when I do a cooking class, one of the most common questions is that what cooking oil do you use? And the follow-up question usually is, why do you choose this particular cooking oil? So in this video, I would like to tell you a little bit about my journey through cooking oil. When I was growing up in Hong Kong, peanut oil is the only cooking oil people use in stir frying. In fact, today in many Chinese kitchens, peanut oil remains to be the cooking oil of choice. So for many years, I used peanut oil as my cooking oil for stir frying. And when I moved to the United States, I do not find peanut oil readily available in grocery stores. And this is still true today. So I always buy my peanut oil when I go to Chinese or Asian grocery stores. And for many years, I cook with peanut oil probably simply out of tradition. And I was later told that peanut oil is preferred for frying because it has the best flavor. And it also has a relatively high smoking point, which is the temperature when the oil will start to dissociate. Then I remember that was about 30 years ago when I first started to work at Illinois State University. There is a peanut oil shortage. During this period, peanut oil became very expensive. In fact, it about double its normal price. And it was unavailable in many places that I used to shop. At that time, there were three choices available to me. That is corn oil, vegetable oil, and canola oil. And they cost about the same, but I really don't know that much how different they are from each other. They all have similar smoking point, which is somewhere between 400 to 430 degrees Fahrenheit. And that is not that much different from peanut oil. During that period of time, they start a discussion about the health benefits of different types of cooking oil. A plant cooking oil has a reduced amount of saturated fatty acid. During that period, research has shown that saturated fatty acid is responsible for increased the bad cholesterol level, which is also known as LDL or low density lipoprotein. And the increase in blood LDL level has a high association with atherosclerosis as well as many different types of heart diseases. So the consumption of plant oil is far more favorable than eating animal fat. Plant oil, particularly vegetable oil, has different type of fatty acid. They are known as unsaturated fatty acid is in comparison to saturated fatty acid that you find in animal fat. In fact, this difference is responsible for making plant oil is in a liquid state, whereas animal fat is solid. So plant oil is high in unsaturated fatty acid, but there are different types of unsaturated fatty acid. They refer to as monounsaturated fatty acid or polyunsaturated fatty acid. And different plant oil are differ from each other in the ratio between the mono and polyunsaturated fatty acid. There are a third type of unsaturated fatty acid known as trans fatty acid. A trans fatty acid is not naturally occur. Instead, it is created in the laboratory. It was discovered by creating trans fatty acid. You can take plant oil from liquid into solid, and this is the formation of margarine, which a product become very popular because it resembles butter. It's supposed to be healthier because it will be low in animal fat. However, there are studies also shown that trans fatty acid can occur naturally. So during the period when I tried to decide to choose whether I would use corn oil, vegetable oil, or canola oil for my stir frying, I started to look into the fatty acid composition of these three different vegetable oil. And basically, they are just oil. They contain fatty acid. But the difference is that there are different ratio in the different type of unsaturated fatty acid in these three different vegetable oil. The differences are basically depend on the ratio between monounsaturated fatty acid versus polyunsaturated fatty acid. This ratio seems to have different health effects. None of these studies provide conclusive evidence that one vegetable oil is better than the other. The general trend is the canola oil is better than other vegetable oils in its possibility or potential in causing cardiovascular diseases. Based on this rather unconclusive results, but the trend lead to manufacturers to seize upon this as an advertising opportunity. And this is why when you see a heart symbol on the label of canola oil, it's because it is believed that canola oil has less possibility in causing cardiovascular diseases. However, this is only a general trend, far from being conclusive. So at the time, I need to make a choice, and I choose canola oil. So when people ask me, why do I cook with canola oil? Unfortunately, I really could not provide a good answer. Even till today, I really could not convince myself that canola oil is definitely better than vegetable oil or corn oil. However, so far I have been happy with canola oil. The price is right, the flavor is good, and it seasoned the wok very well. So from the functional and practical standpoint, canola oil meets all the requirements that I have for a good oil used in stir frying. So how about the health benefit? And that is something I find it difficult to assess. Since then, several cooking oils has been added to the list that is good for stir frying. This include refined olive oil, grapeseed oil, and avocado oil. These three oils have claims that they are more healthy than canola oil. And I probably would have switched to them readily, except they are more expensive. They're somewhere between twice as much as 3 times more expensive than canola oil. I don't mind to spend more money if I know they will provide greater health benefits. However, so far I have not seen convincing evidence that indeed this is the case. At this point, it is just not worth for me to make the switch for the following reasons. First of all, because of my flexitarian diet, as well as my avoidance of fast and processed foods, I believe my overall oil and fat consumption is very low. The amount of oil that I use in preparing vegetarian dishes is relatively low in comparison if I were consuming a meat-based diet. So if anything that I'm going to concern about my cooking oil consumption, I will work to first reduce the use of cooking oil in stir frying rather than just switch to a different types of cooking oil that has a more robust health claim. Without any questions, I'm willing to spend more money on an oil that truly has a distinct benefit. But I'm not quite sure at this point, the avocado oil, grapeseed oil, and olive oil, are they really that much better than canola oil that I am using? The question always becomes is that, am I spend my money wisely? And so for this reason, I'm going to stick with canola oil at least for a while until there is a clearer and more definitive indication that the other cooking oil is in fact superior and worth the extra cost. I post a video each day to help people to make home cooking more fun, practical, efficient, and creative to become part of their daily routine using my fast cooking system. If you would like to learn more about my cooking system, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. So keep on cooking. I will see you tomorrow.